Ah, oh gila lagunya kencang banget. Lagunya kencang banget. Kita masih nungguin. Kenapa dia OBS hitam? Oh, kalau gua nggak buka dia OBS hitam. Nggak boleh alt tab dong gua. Boleh ah. Masa gua nggak boleh alt tab? Boleh ya cuma satu sih. Yuk bisa yo NXL Ligagame lawan SMG final. Gue lupa tulis grand finalnya dong. Grand final. Tudut. No, I'm sending you all the prize money. Wah, iklan dulu. Ay 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 ay, iklan 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 yuk. What? Kayak kenal. Tapi bodo amat. Kayak kenal tapi bodo amat. Gokil ya. Baru lihat sih gua, tapi ini grand final ya anyway. Sambil makan ya guys. The future is yours. Aduh gambarnya keren tapi denger bahasanya geli gue. Tapi ya udah lah ini bahasa orang. Bahasa kita juga didengar mereka mungkin sama. NXL Ligagame lawan SMG Grand Final AE League. Yuk, gua livein juga nonton. Lah baper. Alrighty folks. Wah, kipas kenceng tuh Yus. Kipas kenceng tuh. Rambut ketiup mulu. Rambut ketiup mulu. Wede.
Right, and honestly, I guess early on into the playoffs, we didn't really expect this decade. We did see SMG take on that top spot when it comes to the group stages, but NXL, they just stepped up, and this point system a little bit confusing, but at the end of the day, get those W's and basically get the best spot in the tournament.
So they didn't have to play through any of the bracket stage whatsoever. They made their way all the way through, got to the top at the very end of the day. Now they are going to be going against the runner-up, which was Team SMG. They've been working their way up from the bottom of the bracket, trying to make their way back up to that top spot. And here they are in it. As you can see now, we've had 2-0 on the team shift from Team SMG.
Yeah, nice. Nice shoot, nice.
They're in their final matchup of this whole entire tournament against NXL. We've seen some absolute
NXL tuh tadinya ada di top, makanya dia langsung ada di final. Gue nggak ngerti sih, ini enak banget, maksudnya bukan enak sih, keren banget sistemnya. Jadi di group stage kalau langsung ada di top grup, langsung ada di final, langsung jatuh ke final. Mantul.
Right, it might generally be a little bit easier for NXL since they
Ini cowok
have
cewek
that
sih?
rest.
Cewek ya?
The pro side
Cewek ya?
for SMG is they've basically been warming up or practicing their strats when it comes to the quarterfinals and semifinals. So I mean NXL, they're in it to win it, but SMG
Final boss.
did face off Team Shift and XAAA.
Final boss.
Might give them a little bit of a boost. We practiced a little bit, maybe you guys slacked off, so we're keeping the momentum.
Wow.
With this, and it's a best of 5, so it
Best of
might
5. Yuk,
be
kita
back
bisa
to
3-0.
how well teams play. So, not really expecting a stomp, but we'll see what we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not expecting a stomp by any sense of the imagination. They have been looking absolutely fantastic on both sides. People like Flipster, I have to say it again, they play overly aggressive over there on NXL, and they are able to make it work. They don't do it. Like without any strategy either. They have two people that are pushing up an angle, and then they're able to create a crossfire, an advanced crossfire, into the T spawn sometimes when they're on the defense, and sometimes that just works out absolutely brilliant for them. But of course, Team SMG, I'm guessing there's going to be some NI strategy that's going to be coming out from Team SMG because these are two highly competent teams. I don't expect them not to have some sort of sense of what they need to beat this team NXL, and I guarantee NXL has done the same thing. Team SMG, I'm sure.
Masalahnya gue nggak tahu mapnya juga sih yang bakal dimainin. Apakah dia bakal mainnya apa namanya mapnya?
To make sure we get through and get to the tippity top of this tournament.
Right. I mean, you said it perfectly, Ligagame, and these are usually the compositions we have when it comes to the finals. I mean, we won't see as much mistakes as we did in the group stages, and you said it with those key players in NXL. They've been absolutely cracked this whole tournament, so it's going to be great to see how they're going up against SMG. We know SMG, they take pride in getting that score line, trying to make sure the other team doesn't get those double digits up in the scoreboard. So let's see, maybe they'll change their pace with NXL, give them a little bit of a leverage, and then change up their strategy. But that's what I love about Valorant. It's just a ever so evolving gameplay type of FPS that you don't really see the usual strats. It's like on the fly, they think of what to do, and I guess it just goes to the team who can think quicker than the other.
Yeah, definitely.
Cewek ternyata, gue pikir cowok. Tadinya awalnya gue pikir cowok, ternyata cewek.
Show you guys what we can be expecting throughout this grand final, because this is a best of 5 series, so we're going to be really looking for some more highlight plays like we've seen throughout this entire tournament.
Highlight-highlightnya dulu nih kita liatin. Yes I can, bukan yes I can ya. Yes I can. Dari tadi highlightnya kayak dia doang. Oke, udah ganti. Judge Judge Gaming. Suara aman ya. Suara aman. Triple kill. Ditukar. Tapi 3 tukar 1. Bisa. Tenang, semua sponsor ada. Ice Esport highlight present by. Oke. Kenapa gue baca sponsornya dulu? Masih baru mulai ya. Masih muterin highlight ya? Gue makan dulu kali ya. Gue tau sponsornya bakal ada di bawah, makanya ininya gue nggak taruh di bawah. Tapi kalau gue terus itu nutupin map ya. Mana ya? Ininya gue nggak usah buka deh. Jadi kecil banget, emang gak bisa ditarik? Wadaw. Waduh, enak banget itu. Garis lurus. Alah, mati. Wow. Spray transfer. Mantap banget itu. Yang dari Twitch-nya gue kecilin ya. Gila, ini udah kecil banget. Masih kenceng aja di kuping gue. Lagunya artinya kegedean. Lama bos. Lihat dulu nih ya. SMG. Nah, NXL masih logo lama lagi, NXL Ligagame belum dipasang. SMG. Timnya lama, pemainnya baru. Sebelum ini juga NXL. Sebelum ini NXL juga main di CGA sama Boom, Indonesia Perwakilan Indo. NXL lawan Chimera. Nyangkut. Lawan Chimera di Ascent sama di Split, menang 4-13 sama 3-13. Mantul. Boom tapi sayangnya harus gugur, dia main 3 game. Split, Icebox sama Heaven. Semenjak kemarin Boom udah dikalahin sama Morp waktu di Split, title King of Splitnya udah hilang ya. Ditarik. Bukan ditarik ya, dia harus merebut ulang. Kalah dia tadi 12-14 kali OT artinya. Round kedua Icebox Boom ngambil. Apakah sekarang Boom jadi raja Icebox di Indonesia? Heaven diambil lagi sama NG Black. NG Black dari Thailand. Menurut gue sih emang Thailand masih lebih OP. Nggak tahu ya. Kalau di SEA kayaknya emang bukan musuh yang paling kuat harusnya antara Thailand sama Indo sih. Lama. Aduh. Bentar. Gue diminta link bracketnya. Wah, udah mulai.
I'm looking forward to seeing what they got personally. This should be a lot of fun. It should be great. But we've got our map picks in. Go ahead.
Dia kayaknya pakai speaker atau gimana gitu. Gue dengar suara ada pantulan. Ini dia mapnya. Bind Heaven bisa. Split bisa. 4. Harus 3-0. Harus 3-0. Harus 3-0. Aduh. Harus 3-0, bro. Bisa nih, Bind Heaven Split bisa lah 3-0 lah. Split kan waktu game
NXL,
kelima
Team SMG, I think
First
they're
Strike,
gonna be on some
Heaven game emang udah punyanya NXL. Bind Bind aman sih gue rasa.
between now and then.
Bind juga mapnya NXL sih gue bilang.
Right.
Harusnya aman.
Honestly, if I were the police, right, you put yourself in that seat. As much as possible, you want to get this done as quick as
Oh
possible.
yeah.
So we'll have to take into account the fatigue that these players will experience after a couple of games. You know, sweaty palms. If that's probable, I don't know if they got
Yeah.
some special type of cover or some of them wear gloves. You know, those feel like FPS sleeves. Yeah, but you know, it's gonna be
It's gonna be alright. Nyanyi dah gue.
bloody match. I
Yes.
think.
Wow,
Not
3-0
in a
bro.
very violent way, but more on, you know,
I think it'll be
so
violent. I
violent.
think it's gonna be extremely violent. I mean, this is Valorant. They're gonna be shooting at each other, man. They're gonna be aiming for those heads. But something to note before we do get into the match is Team SMG have played NXL 4, and Team SMG did come out with the win. It was a best of 3 series, and NXL was only able to pick up one map. That was on Heaven. That one went 14-10. Meanwhile, Bind and Ascent
Mereka udah pernah ketemu sebelumnya dan NXL kalah.
13-3, 13-2, Bind and Ascent. Absolute domination from them. So we can at least expect NXL to be able to put up a fight and maybe take a couple naps off them. But if we're looking at prior experience, Team SMG has come out with the win on them before. But of course, it wasn't a best of 5 series. It wasn't the grand finals. It was a best of 3 series, and it was about a month ago now. So time has passed, and I'm hoping that Team NXL have brought some things together, have figured out, hey, we need to change this up when we play this team. And they should have a couple anti-strategy when it comes to a couple of these maps at least. Icebox will honestly be the wild card.
Right, and if we do hit that icebox point, it's gonna be really tricky for both teams because from my experience, we don't, as you said, it's the first time we've been seeing icebox into this whole tournament. So
Tapi di grup stage
can't
emang
really
mereka
say
belum
for
pernah ketemu.
certain
Harusnya
which
udah
team
kan?
will come out on top, but considering that was a pick by Team SMG, if I'm not mistaken, you know,
Yeah.
they might be confident in that play. You know, it might be their special card in there, like. Oh, we know a lot of pros don't really like going in the icebox, so we've been secretly training for it.
Oh,
So, considering it's
NXL
their pick,
lawan
we
SMG
hope that
dulu
they
udah
will
pernah
be
ketemu di
playing
tanggal
much
18
better,
Desember.
but, you know, we'll see.
Tapi
NXL full of
NXL-nya
surprises.
harus forfeit.
Yeah, it
Full of
will
surprises for those
be
guys.
full of surprises. I'm looking forward to it. Icebox, of course, something to keep in mind is that there are
Jadi-
only 5 maps in Valorant right now. And Icebox is one of them. They might have been forced into that pick just due to the fact
NXL
that
di group
Icebox
stage itu
is the 5th map in
menang
Valorant right now.
semua
As we say,
pertandingan,
NXL got many to pick from. I mean, in this best of 5 series, you're
kecuali
forced to play 5
ngelawan-
maps. You can't play your favorites. You can't play the ones that you're always expecting to play. You have to go through and play
kecuali ngelawan
every
AAA
So you gotta make
yang
sure
ada di
that you have
posisi
the
2,
strategies
mereka
down pat
seri.
for some of these maps. And Icebox, I think, is gonna be a bit
Waktu
more
lawan
like
SMG yang ada di posisi ketiga, mereka harus forfeit.
Right, and my mistake. It was actually NXL who chose Icebox, so it's gonna be really interesting, honestly. SMG, they're known to have this territorial type of play when it comes to bind and ascent.
Yes.
So NXL picking that, I don't know if it really balances out, but you know, I will definitely be looking forward to that map number 4 if we do reach that point. But you know, we'll just have to see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it does come together. I'm really expecting us to at least see 4 maps. I do expect NXL to be able to pick up at least 1, if not more. But it should be a really good one.
Right, and you know, looking at this first map, bind SMG, we know that pretty good on their defense, might I say. They like to go on the aggro, not really.
Sama, NXL juga mainnya aggro.
Team, but NXL, they have been completely dominant in a map like bind. So
Yes, seriously, Bind is one of their name states. They've looked absolutely fantastic. On Bind, they play overly aggressive, is one thing to note. And they also play, what was the other map? They play another map, extremely
Heaven.
aggressive. A-long, what map is that? Oh lord, I can't remember it off the top of my head. A-long and short, just 3 sites. Can't remember it. Can't remember the name.
Haven.
Yeah, Haven.
They play Haven so aggressively. If you get Budmeister and Flipster on the defense there, they're playing
Budmeister.
They have one pushing up
Budmeister.
A-long, one pushing
Budimeister.
short, so they get that crossfire before the players can really get hold of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for Team SMG because they have that aim to work with.
Exactly, especially their agent selection. They know how to utilize their duelists well, and most importantly, their controllers. Really giving them a lot of information onto the site, and it basically looks like an orchestra when they rotate. It's like,
Yes.
I really want to listen to their comms one of these days,
No,
just to
seriously.
understand like their call outs and what they say, because personally when I solo
Ya
queue,
kan
it's insane. Like
sebenarnya
most of the time they're just muted, and then they just
Oh,
get mad
yeah.
at you for not giving any call outs. So
Oh,
in the
exactly.
competitive stage, it's gonna be interesting. They're are they in the same room, or are they just
nope,
like playing on
online.
their
I
own
have
phones?
no idea. I
All
couldn't
right.
tell you one way or another if they are on LAN with each other playing from one facility, or if they are on
Online,
just
mereka
at
online
houses
cuy.
playing.
Tapi
I
mereka
couldn't
nggak
tell
tahu.
you one way or another. I wish I could.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could. Maybe I DM the Ori, be like, "Hey, you
Gelap
guys play
banget
on
ya gue
LAN?
di
I have
sini.
no idea what you guys are doing."
It's gonna be, I mean, for me, it's just different, when you're playing in LAN and then talking over in Discord.
Yeah.
But regardless, these teams have been playing phenomenally well. And
Sebenarnya Valorant, kalau lu main Valorant nggak
we're
harus main
waiting
di
for one
Discord.
more
Discord
player
malah
to
punya
queue up,
delay.
but for the
Yes.
Tapi kalau
meantime,
Valorant lu main di
I'm
in-game
really
langsung
excited to see what
malah
agents
malah
they pick.
on
We're not really sure
ini
if they're allowed to pick
on
Yoru.
time.
Recently just came out,
Yeah.
one of those top-notch duelists. I remember Valorant sent out a note that when Killjoy was first released, to
Yeah, I
not allow
remember
her
that.
for competitive play because it kind of like outbalances the
Mhm.
whole composition of
True,
competition.
true.
So I'm pretty sure when Sky came out, they didn't really have some sort of warning for that because she's a control agent, not really a
Yeah.
sentinel. So I mean,
Yeah.
with Yoru,
We can assume that maybe the TO made a ruling saying that, hey, can't use the new agent just yet since
Yeah.
it's just been patched in,
Right.
and people won't be accounting for it. And I remember very fondly the day Killjoy came out, because that day I was working another tournament, and it was like they legitimately would just abandon a site, leave for nades on the site towards default points, and just have a cipher camera up in the up on the
Right.
site, and then just trigger it when they're planning. And then the retake would come on and they would just dominate. I've seen that. I don't want to see that sort of thing again. I'm hoping that we do have a ruling saying, hey, can't use the new agent just yet. That way people can't abuse it. And people don't know what they're really doing with it just yet. I assume some of these players have practiced and have figured that new agent out. But it'll still be difficult to counter if it does come down to it.
Right, and just a quick rundown of the new agent for everyone out there who
Buru
aren't
yuk,
really
game
sure
yuk.
how
Gue
Yoru
pengen lihat
works
gamenya
when it comes
BO5
to
nih,
duelists.
panjang nih.
And basically all of his skills, as mentioned by one of
Duga
my
ID.
fellow castmates
Duga.
here in the Philippines, he said that Yoru is a love child of Omen and Reina.
Oh.
And that is particularly true because Yoru has the ability to teleport, and his blinds are insanely powerful. But what's great about his blinds, it bounces off the wall. So you have to hit it on a hard surface, bounces off, and then it flashes. And for some reason, it really gets a lot of the POV of the opponent. I've actually tried Yoru a couple of times, and even if you're not directly facing the flash, even just a little hint of that, you get 100% blindsided. So
Ooh.
crucial, very crucial when it comes to competitive play. Oh yeah, and last but not the least, he also has this ability called Fake Out. It's his fake footsteps. So
yeah, okay.
as if you needed to mess around with your opponents more, there's one way to give them a fright when they're
Yeah.
going to the site and they hear footsteps.
Yeah, in games like this, a lot of FPS strategic shooters like these, those footsteps and valuable resources and information that you can gain. And if you can confuse people with footsteps, that's going to absolutely play into your hands brilliantly.
Yes, honestly, I completely agree with you. It's more often than not, you see a lot of players confusing the sound cues in game, and that's really crucial because that tells you
Lama
a
ya.
lot about where the opponents are. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, it seems that our players have loaded up, and we will now show you the most wonderful team intro to our finals.
Wah,
Let's
tim
go.
intro. Goody Macer, Natsloran, Pascalis, Noisy Boy, Pepe there. Cepet banget ya. Ayo yo langsung ya, cepet. Oke.
Alrighty, folks, our first map will be mine.
Aduh.
NXL will be on the defending side. Team SMG will be on the attack.
Mau ngilangin dulu biar full screen.
And seeing what these players will be picking right off the bat here. NXL looking to play through and pick
Budi
up the
udah
first
pasti.
as well as SMG.
Vaskalis
They don't wanna get
pakai
started on
Sofa
the
good.
clear. They don't wanna be mapped down, starting things out. So it'll be interesting to see how this first half begins and sound.
Oke, Cypher bind ya. Bisa sih. Ya jelas cek B sendirian bisa. Jeder kali ini main apa namanya? Raise lebih bagus. Better lah daripada harus ke Jet, tapi Noisy Boy-nya main Phoenix, bukan Bridge nih. Budi Meser Brim. Tadi sih dia sempat live kan. Tadi dia sempat live terus dia main Sage, katanya memang disuruh main kalau bisa main agent lain lah gitu. Jangan hanya lock di jangan hanya lock di apa namanya di Omen gitu kan. Nah, terus dia bilang dia main Sage. Gue bingung. Beda banget role-nya. Lu kalau smoker, Pak, mainnya Brim. Gue mikirnya kayak gitu, tapi gue belum sempat bilang ke dia. Ternyata dia bakal main Brim di sini. Budi Brim. Budi Brim, ini baru sih. Ini Budi baru nih Brim. Budi Brim sama gue kecilin deh.
Right now, this map has been selected by the side of Team SMG. We know how well they are on the defender side, but right now they're going for the attackers.
Budi Brim dan juga Noisy Boy Phoenix. Sebenarnya Noisy Boy Phoenix sudah pernah, cuman nggak apa-apa kita liatin lagi. Dan duitnya ditutup dong. Tahu gitu tadi gue keluarin itunya di situ. Duitnya ditutup. NXL defend dulu ya, NXL Ligagame defend dulu. Noisy Boy. Gue gak nge-cashin sih, gue bakal nge-react. Tapi mungkin semi nice flash. Curse ball, kena. Nice. 2. Nice threat, aggressive defense. Aggressive defense.
They're going to be looking ahead towards B, but it looks like the rotates are already heading on through. One player is here to respond over in corner. That's the Cypher, and he's gathering a ton of information.
Packet.
They haven't found the cam just yet. And
All
the information that he could ever want.
Cowok datang.
My gosh, look at that. A 5v3. The attackers right now.
Boom!
And right and left, we got all these abilities being thrown.
Nice.
Crossfire Flipster gets a kill on JD Fakers through the smoke. Unfortunately,
Nice.
for the quick defuse and
Flawless round 1. Bisa.
combination in there.
Nicely done.
Into that round. And you know, no surprise the gate. They had it from the get-go. They took
Flawless round
advantage
1.
of their situation. And that quick rotate, might I say, especially from A going down to B. They did have their Cypher left all alone, but managed to pull back just a little bit, not get himself killed, get as much information as he can, and that's exactly what you look for in a Sentinel.
So far, absolutely fantastic out of NXL. They went through, they flawlessed it, they played their aggressive state that we know they love, and they're able to make it work absolutely brilliantly. Getting those 2 picks towards A. Meanwhile, the other 3 for SMG, they went ahead and started their aggression towards B, but that Cypher camp just gave out so much information, and they were able to know these locations of these players almost the entire time. I don't know how Team SMG didn't look for that camp. They know that there's a Cypher on it on the NXL side. They know that's gotta be something you look for.
Exactly. I guess they were just too focused on getting the spike down and just tried to test their luck in the post-plant situation, but unfortunately up against NXL, that's not going to work. And look at this, a stinger right now through hookah. Unfortunately, that distance
Sepertinya
will
gua
not
harus
garner a lot of damage and has to
ulang
retreat a little bit. Let's say
live
they're
ya.
trying to play a little bit more cautiously, moving
Enggak,
back
udah
down
aman.
through B main,
Oke, udah
and
aman.
SMG are trying to change up their tactics, but good job on the side of NXL opening up that first round, getting that a little bits of cash up for their economy, and right now they're playing more cautiously. Both the aggro trying to get some good weapons, but look at that, Budmeister almost got hit by the crossfire there. A little bit of health managed to scathe off him, but SMG here just moving as a unit. They are in a tight spot here, and
Sayo bisa 2-0 langsung. Aduh, tapi langsung digas. Main stinger. Budi, pelan Budi. Budi, pelan Budi. Budi.
first frag. He should peek it here once
Reaksi, Budi.
dissipates. Shots come out. He's not going to be good for it. Lexi's going to find the frag first. That's going to come down to it. Lexi's good for a second as well. Vasquez does get the trade, but they're already in a bad state. It's a man advantage to the side of SMG, and it's a retake. A 3 versus 4 retake. This ice wall is up, and SMG are really just taking it in their stride. They're not wanting NXL to go ahead and get the advantage here. Nats might have something to say about it, but Vasquez gets one, and the trades do come through quick and clean from Zesqui. That'll be a
Satu
first round
sama.
to the side of SMG, rebuttaling the approach of NXL.
Right, and again, you know, this is what I love about SMG, honestly, Ligagame. They just have the ability to adapt and understand how their opponent plays. And that's exactly what they did there for round number 2. They understand that it's the grand finals, no mistakes are allowed. And when you're up against a team that goes full aggro, what's the best thing to do? You've got to outsmart them, and that's exactly what they did in that round. They changed up their strategy from the first play, waited for NXL, and at the end of the day, got that big W.
Yeah, if you look at this, there's a lot of aggression towards B, a single man towards A for NXL. They're looking to play this off this aggression once again. We know you guys love to do that. We know that is your guys' standard play here, but that might not be working out. But so far, it's looking good. Noisy Boy able to find that first one on to Lexi, brings this down to the man advantage. Has been claimed once again by NXL. They're gonna be looking to rotate towards A.
Dapat satu, pilih-pilih.
A lot of aggression
Molly.
towards A coming out from SMG, but the bomb, okay, it's revamping.
Ah, udah dipasang ya.
This should be really interesting. They're going to be breaking down those walls, trying to get these picks, but it looks like SMG
Wallnya dipasang, speknya belum. Flash. Rame. Aduh, mati Vasquez. Flash, good, nice. Noisy Boy 3 kill.
Finishes things out. The second round is picked up by NXL. Those rifles from SMG just didn't seem to cut the cake just yet. And NXL are really starting to look like they're gonna fly.
Bisa.
It's kind of sad not seeing Noisy Boy on a breach for this map, but nevertheless does an exceptional job with the Phoenix there, as we've seen in the previous round. And
Ada 2 Molly paling nggak di sini. Budi ganti Brim, ada Molly, ada Hot Hands juga dari Phoenix. Sebenarnya buat defense atau buat defense lebih defense spike. Buat attacker tuh lebih enak. Jadi kayaknya ntar attacker bakal lebih garang lagi dari si NXL Ligagame.
Ooh, we got her raised. Lexi trying to get a peek in. Hoka just missed the drone by a little bit, but it's going to be really
Come on, let's go. Tech, flash.
Oh, there we go. Recon ball and a push from NXL.
Nicely done. There we go. That's going to be 2 picks right out of the gates. That's nicely done there. The man advantage is firmly on the side of NXL now. There is a bit of HP damage done to the Sova, so he's going to be having to play a little bit more passively for the rest of this round. But there's a lot of aggression coming out. Look at this.
Aduh, gak ada yang jaga A ya. Ada deh satu, Budi.
Ooh, the timing on this.
Ow!
Nicely done, Noisy Boy. He's eliminated. Now Egoist is in there.
Aduh, darahnya low banget lagi. Nice. Gara-gara tadi baru mati. Au, hilang. Fall.
Brings it down to a 2 versus 2. This is going to be interesting.
Fall.
Looks like the spike's going to head towards A, and only Vasquez is there to try and rebuttal it. He's eliminated. Now it's all down to Nats. Nats burnt both immediately in order to bring this around, but it's going to be waited out for just another moment.
Right, and they've got perfect post-plant positions here. They lost a lot of their members on both sides here, but Nats right now manages to spot a hint of Brimstone over there. Managed to get a little bit of damage, but it is not enough, and it looks like it may be better to opt for the save, but tried to push through the showers there, but going for the defuse, went for the tap. Oh, this is a really tricky play. I don't know what Nats is pulling. Oh, but the Hunter's Fury gets him.
Wah, ini kayaknya gua harus restream.
Yeah, an extremely competitive map so far. It's 2-2 here in the 4th, tied right back on up. Neither of these teams surrendering all